So what I'm about to do here is put together some motifs for some mugs. And so this is just one way to do it. I went and found a bunch of these motifs and printed them out with my printer. And what I can do is just like start playing around with these and divide them up and glue them together and then cut out like a little strip and then put that into a cylinder, and that could be a cup. That's just a really simple cup. There's all sorts of things that you can do with your shape. It doesn't necessarily just have to be a cylinder. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mess around with this a little bit. So I have a couple of these designs. I think I'm going to do, maybe I'll do this one with the water. And yeah. And so that looks pretty good. So what I could do here is maybe just cut a couple of these strips and keep that straight. I'm just kind of eyeing it up a little bit. I have this like grid paper here, so I could just straighten it out. Okay, so I've got some thick ones and some thin ones. And there, oops. Let's try that again. So I've got some thinner ones. I'll just be a little bit slower when I cut. And then I can start putting these in position. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll, extend my cup shape here, right? So I could just kind of glue that on there. And this is just one way. I mean, I could create my own design motifs by drawing with them. I could use markers. I could use like construction paper. I could just cut apart different colored pieces of paper and stick them together. I mean, it's like sky's the limit, right? So we're just here to kind of learn how to design and just kind of mess with some designings in relationship to mug shapes. All right, so with this one, I can use these two really complicated design motifs. Sorry, this one. To create these really nice contrasting segments of design. So they'll create these really tight edges, and that's just me. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way. I'm interested in you exploring these surfaces and these designs in relation to the cup or the shape of the cup that you make. And I'm just going to do, it's going to kind of get like smaller and smaller and skinnier. Let's see what kind of effect that has. And again, I'm just experimenting. I'm not, I'm just kind of playing around, and as I do these more, then I'll maybe become more sophisticated in how I'm using these design motifs. Is that the last? Aha. Okay, now I'm just going to do a really skinny one. Yeah. Okay. And I'll put a little bit of glue on that, and you'll see I'm just trying to make like a simple cylindrical cup shape here. And oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Alright, so this is what I have right now. And you can see how my design changes and it creates these edges. Alright, now I could go back in and maybe highlight them with my marker. Maybe put like a black line. And that would really kind of bring them out. And again, I'm just like, whatever. I'm just messing around here. But I am making considerations in relationship to the shape of my pot. And like I said, this is a very simple one. This is a cylindrical pot. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, what I almost didn't consider, but I was thinking ahead, is that when I wrap this around and create my cylinder, I don't want the blue waves to meet up with the little strip of blue waves, so I made sure that there was another zigzag design in between there so that I can stick them together, and then there'll be that contrast there to kind of keep the overall like reduction in size, so it's kind of like a gradation. Alright, so this is the top of my mug right here. See that? So I'm just going to cut that out. Alright, and we got this. Now I want to cut the base out. And you could use scissors too, whatever. Now, you can see I've got, I kept these two white little tabs. Now, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm going to cut away the tab on this side. I think this is what I want to do. And then I'm going to leave a thicker tab on this side. Okay? And then, see that, I'll put my glue there, and then when I wrap this around, I can make my cylinder and match it up perfectly. Ah, that's going to be so cool, dude. Alright! Cool! Alright. So, here we go. Come on. Alright, I'm just going to wrap that around. You could probably, oh, not on my, you could probably use some glue stick too. Glue stick would probably help, would be just fine. Rubber cement, I mean, we're going old school, people, old school. Okay, so there we go. So, I've got like a cool cylinder shape, okay? If I made it wider, I mean, I could even like, you know, I could maybe like cut these or something, and stick them together and get them to like cone inwards, or I could make multiple shapes and stick them together. You know, I'm just going to keep it really simple for this demo. I guess what I could do here is just cut like a little circle real quick. Alright. Let's do that trace. Just going to freehand this and cut it out. And then I'm going to make like little snips to create little tabs that I can fold over. Not so sure if this is really going to be necessary. I'm just kind of experimenting. I wanted to have a bottom. Alright, so, you know, you can see how I can just kind of maybe put some glue on there, and then we've got I have to be more patient. Hold on. And I should probably have made my tabs a little bit bigger so that I could grab onto them and let them glue. Alright, and there we go. And I've got my foot installed, and now it's onto the handle. Here, look, kind of looks like a pot that you throw on the wheel. It's all off-centered and leaning to one side. Okay, I got my floor in there, and now it's time to put my handle on. And so, you know, maybe I just kind of want, I'm just going to do like a white handle so it totally contrasts. So I'm actually going to make it a lot nicer. There we go. Alright, so now my handle totally kind of sticks out, right? And I'm going to put it oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm going to put my slip. I'm going to slip it up with my Helmers. Okay. And put it right here. I'm going to go to the top, and then I'm going to kind of do like a little loop. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright, so I'll put a little glue right down here. I kind of like that. Make sure it's straight, people. Make sure it's straight. Okay, we're still maintaining craftsmanship here. And, oh man, yeah. Cool. Alright, so there's my cup with my cool design motif on there. And my blue wheels over there. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, and there's all sorts of different ways that you could get involved with your designs. There's no right or wrong way. I'm just asking you to, make experiments and learn how to divide up your space and apply it to a series of pots. And then we can have our set of mugs that we set out to make earlier this semester. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.